my dear Pisces, this is a love reading for you where the person most on your mind will have their true thoughts and feelings revealed by me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We will also look into what they would tell you if they had the guts or respect to tell you the truth with my new deck, the Brutally Honest Oracle cards. And this reading will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Pisces, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind are feeling for you and where their thoughts are at when it comes to you. It can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action that they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. I will also reveal what they would tell you if they dared to tell you the truth to your face. And for a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Pisces person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. And in the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And I will use the ANIMA MUNDI tarot for the readings part and the Brutally Honest cards to reveal what they would want to say to you from the truth of their soul and the bottom of their heart. So, when I open your deck here, I see 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So this is a person that doesn't want to take in the disappointment of something lost. So they are kind of oppressing it inside of themselves and trying to be over it by not really doing the work with actually getting over it, but just ignoring the body's own emotions and feelings. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the hangman with the 10 of wands. So here we can also see that the divine wants to kind of force them to give up their guns or to admit to the pain here. I think that this person is trying to act very tough, trying to act very resilient, trying to show an indestructible face towards the world. But the divine doesn't want us to be like that. They want us to show the truth. And the truth is not really being revealed here. We want to show ourselves as very strong, tough, resilient. Okay, so I've forgotten where I were, but I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And we have actually the world and the hangman. The world is 21, the hangman is 12, so it's the same numbers, just flipped. And both 1 plus 2 is 3, so it's connected also to the Empress card, the mother aspect. And I think this person is trying to act all tough, feeling a little bit disconnected from the mother energy, from the love energy of the universe. And this is making this person like a warrior that wants to stand all tough and tall and be able to take whatever comes along. So the divine just want this person to take in love into their body again. It's nothing wrong with admitting that we love something or someone, but we can also say that we don't want to re-engage or we don't want to go back into that situation. I love you and I always will love you, but there's not going to be any new start because I need to protect myself. That would be more truthful in this situation than to it's like this hero that's walking alone, bleeding alone, riding alone into the sunset, and the divine doesn't want that. So here we can see that they want to welcome this soul back to the community and back to being in tune with their own body and their own soul. So I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. The Star and 6 of Cups. I'm getting the sense that this person is maybe having very strong feelings towards you, and if they admit to it, they would run back to you. So it's not really you they are protecting themselves from, it's themselves and their own codependency, that it's so easy for them to go back into destructive situations. So they need to have this tough exterior. Even though they are not tough at all, they are actually naive and a little bit blue-eyed to the world, and that's what they are protecting themselves from. So it's not really the person is trying to do what's right for them, and with knowledge and experience they will find their way. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so I will just tune in to you and the person most on your mind for a few seconds here. Okay, so first I want to see the person's most likely action that they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. And this will be their feelings, emotion, their love for you there, and this is their thoughts. And we have a Queen of Cups here, so that's actually Pisces. Page of Cups, Temperance, the Lovers. First card for love in the Major Arcana. Second card for love in the Major Arcana. They feel very vulnerable to you and your love, Pisces. They want your love here. And they might feel a little bit lost without it. What am I supposed to do if you are not in my life? And this is their feelings, and we have the Tower. So I'm thinking this protection, this shield will erupt. They still need to be tough and learn to not be codependent, but they need to embrace their own emotions here. This is like Minor Arcana Moon card, Major Arcana Moon card. They need to understand their own feelings and why they feel, for example, a craving to act in codependent ways, or why they feel the craving to do certain things that will have negative consequences. For example, they can have addictions, maybe sexual addictions that will make them betray other people. Or betray you, and they can have a drug addiction that makes them steal, things that are self-destructive in one way or the other. And here is the epiphany, the truth that needs to come out, so that we can be able to see what it is that we are denying, what we are trying to put, like this big, it's like we're trying to close a big iron door down to our subconscious and maybe put an elephant on top of it. So that we won't be coming in connection with our emotions, our pain, our hurt, our trauma. But it needs to come to surface so we can understand better our own behavior, self-destructive behavior, codependent behavior, abusive behavior. And the divine is providing the help. So, for example, intensifying the feelings, so we can't sit, we can't lie down, we can't walk, we can't talk. We are just consumed by this emotion. So it's like the warning lamps. Okay, you need to deal with this. And then the Tower, something happens that, again, throws you back into the subconscious. You need to deal with this. Deal with it. Don't run away from it. So, and here we have the 9 of Wands. So this person is acting very, very tough. This is the warrior. We had the 10 of Wands before, going to the depths of one's own being and finding strength there. But I'm hoping it will be true strength this time. That it won't be just this very high borders towards other people, so that they, because they can't help themselves but doing the wrong thing, or making themselves a victim, or making other people a victim. Here, hopefully this person will find a true foundation in themselves, finding out why they hurt and do something healthy about this, go through this transformation, and then become real strong, real resilient, like bringing up the true strength from the bottom of this volcano that we saw here in the tower. In a dream, this would be maybe fueling up your car with gasoline, or taking up oil from the ground. So that is true strength, like reservoirs or a storage of strength from your soul, or from the deep roots of your being. So that's better. It's still very tough, but at least it's not tough with just this wall, and on the other side of the wall we are just the fool and ready to do the crazy thing again. Here maybe it will come in some adulthood as well, and we will get this is 9, we have moon here, 1 + 8, 9. So it's the hermit's journey into one's own soul. And if we can go there, face whatever is there and deal with it, then we will become strong. And these old pains can't catch us into an old drama or an old karma, or make us project other people, like people from our past, on the people in our present, and other craziness that's happening when we have an unhealed wound. They're foods, and we have justice, so they want fairness, they want balance, they want to have truth and justice, so that's a good thing. And magician, they might see this a little bit one-sided, that they're not able to see it from your point of view. They just see their parts of the justice, and don't see that there's another side to this story. And here we have the 3 of Cups. So this is a good thing, because it shows that the person's need for other people, it was opening them up to be able to see things from other people's perspective. So that's good. So if they would be not having this need of other people, they would stay with just seeing things from their point of view, and how, like, what kind of justice they want. 7 of Swords. Here I'm thinking they are being kind of faced with the own injustices that they might have done, and the own misunderstandings that they might have believed in and also added to, because it gave them a sense of winning, is what I'm feeling when I'm holding the card. That even if I see that you might be right, I continue to make you feel ridiculous, or abuse you in this different way, because it gives me a sense of pleasure, is what I'm feeling. So, for example, you have had a quarrel, and this person starts to see that maybe this other person is right, but they continue to kind of gaslight you, so that you will believe that you are wrong, and that they think you are wrong. So that's what I'm feeling there. So they need you, but they don't treat you well in your encounters. They don't want you to see the truth, or to get like up to the surface and get air in your lungs. They want to keep you down. Star card. So that stands for their body or their mind on the human level, but on a soul level, they feel very strongly connected to you. And that might be what scares them the most, because they feel so protected, so naive, that it's so easy for them to fall into the same pitfall and do the same stupid thing again. And if they can just ridicule you and keep you on an arm's length distance, that won't happen to them. And they can stay in this belief that they are so strong, so tough, so resilient. They don't need anyone else. But that's not the truth, of course. The truth is that this is a very vulnerable, passionate, and loving person. It's just that they are scared of this side to them, that they are like this, and scared of you maybe for opening up this well of trauma and pain inside of them, because when we are not in love, or we don't think other people are particularly important, we can go on the surface. We won't be bothered with our trauma so much. But when we meet someone, that opens our heart and also this well to this subconscious. And that can freak a person out, and they can blame you for you being the reason to them feeling these dramatic feelings. But you just open the door to what was there all along. And they need to deal with what is there. It's their responsibility to heal themselves and digest all the things that they have been through in this lifetime, in past lifetimes, and to face them one by one. But here, they are a little bit lost, and they don't have access maybe to this guidance, or they don't believe in this guidance. So they try to stick with the kind of old things that vengeance. If someone has done me wrong, I will stand on my side and fight to the end to get my justice. And but then I need other people, but I can still make them feel like I don't, and that they are nothing to me. But on a soul level, they are everything. So you are everything to this person. Okay, so this is their emotional level, and we have a Knight of Cups coming underneath Justice. So again, they know that they also did things wrong. They, on an emotional level, they can admit to it. In a head level, they want to keep their dignity, their self-respect. I'm so strong. I'm so resilient. No one can bring me down. But on a heart level, they acknowledge, yes, I also did things wrong, and I could have done things better to show you how much I loved you. But we can see it's only a Knight. Knight of Cups can be very flickering. So this is not maybe something the person could stand up for and actually say to you. But in their heart, they acknowledge that they did things wrong too. And they have responsibility too. And they have forgiveness in their heart. And here we have Judgment, and Judgment comes together with Justice. Justice is 11, 1 plus 1, 2, 20, 2 plus 0, 2. So these are connected also with the High Priestess. All these cards is about becoming a grown-up, having real dignity, real self-value, standing by your words, being wise, being able to choose wisely. So I'm thinking this part is developing into inside of them. They have been so scared to be the fool and make the wrong choice and just follow their emotion and doing something whimsical and stupid and addictive maybe. But they are developing another more grown-up side to them. Maybe because they have faked this wall, this boundary. Now it's developing a real wisdom and real judgment from that. So sometimes you need to fake it until you make it. But they are not ready to trust in this, that they have this better judgment now. And they are still scared that they will be very dependent on this sweet love and, every sugar and spice, everything that's nice, everything that makes life worth living. So they want to hibernate because they don't trust themselves around this plentiful of love. They need love so much that they can become the slave to it. And so they're still scared, and their heart is still closed in a protective mode here. And it's because they don't trust still their own wisdom. They're maybe a little bit beginner with using it. And sometimes people can be scared of conflict. So they rather lie to your face than to actually say what they really feel, or that this was hurtful, or I don't like that, or I feel like this. Instead, we just lie, or we take revenge towards this person in some covert kind of way. Okay. Then we have the King of Swords. So I'm feeling this little bit vindictive energy here. I will see where we go with that. King of Swords, 10 of Cups. They have this vindictive side to them, and it's a part of their survival strategy to if you do something nasty towards them and they can't defend themselves, they will do something covertly nasty towards you that you can't defend yourself towards. But here with the King of Swords, then together with the Ten of Cups, they in their adult mind see that you have a very deep connection and they love you truly. So maybe they have thought that your love was only because they had this wound and that they were so addicted to love and relationships or people or fulfilling their needs, that they didn't believe that what they had with you was real love. They thought that maybe it was just this addiction. But here they are realizing that it is true love, but in the same time they have this old behaviors still there, where they have a tendency to overly protect themselves and maybe lash out or swing their sword towards the next person, even if they love you. So if you would be together or working together in this relationship, this person would hurt you a lot, like even if it's not you haven't deserved it, but they will immediately identify a threat and do something about it, and that is very damaging to your relationship. So sometimes a little bit distance could be helpful, because this person is going through a transformation, and it might be that a year from now they won't have this same problem because they have worked through it as a very adult person, and they will be able to give you their true love, and they don't have to be this like quick reactive to injustices, swinging their sword. So if you could tolerate to let them hibernate for a while and figure this out, this could be very helpful for your relationship. If you just don't give them, you know, also these situations where they are able to hurt you or take revenge on you, or, you know, give you a sting of that old sword, it's not good for them. Maybe you can take it, but it's not good for them to get into that mood. And if they are like that, it's very good if you don't react too much to it, and you say, yeah, okay, I see you are still having you're still having anger towards me, and that's okay. But I will back off for now. So just not go into the fight with them and not give them the satisfaction of getting this, because it's almost like they have become a little bit addicted to taking revenge or seeing you in pain. And that's, even if this was a part of their growing up to becoming able to stand up for themselves, it can also become an addiction, and now I'm seeing it's being like an addiction. But if you don't let them get the satisfaction, the revenge, so they don't see you hurt, or you say, okay, you are in that mood, we talk another day, then they won't get that rush of, yeah, I got you really good. And so it won't become a new addiction for them. Here we have the most likely action. So we have the Hierophant together with Justice. This person has a big duality inside of them. They are both very wise and also very freaked out. And it's probably because they are a wise person or a wise soul in the foundation, but they have a lot of trauma that they haven't been able to work through. The Hierophant here shows spiritual growth in adult fashion. So we'll see where it goes with that. And here we also have the Sun. So they will do certain epiphanies here in a very close time range, where they will get certain insights that will make them more wise, more open-hearted, They still have the tendency to be a little bit selfish in this situation, but they are opening up to another side to things where they could be more grand, more the bigger person, less reactive. So, and here we have the Empress. So with the Empress, it shows kind of the one. I'm thinking you are the one that they feel comfortable with, that they feel happy with, they feel at home with. They probably have a lot of fond memories together with you, where they have really felt like this was the time when I was happy. So you mean a lot to them, and this trauma just got in the way, and probably you triggered each other to greater heights of displaying this trauma and drama, and superimpose projection upon the other person until everything became rather complicated. And this is a little bit the aftermath, and what is left here is still love. This is the highest card for love in the major arcana, and this is would say this is the highest card for love in the minor arcana. And 19, 1 plus 9, 10. This is 10. And we also have a little triangle here with 1, 19, 1 plus 9, 10, 1 plus 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So they are recreating themselves into a more loving being. And here we have the Fool, so we can see they can also accept this more vulnerable part of themselves. Maybe if they are, it is possible for them to have better judgment, and maybe if we can be nice towards people when they are nice, and instead of taking revenge, we can say, now you're not acting particularly nice towards me, or I'm feeling that I'm getting hurt because you say these words. So instead of just being silent and taking revenge, maybe the person has got a voice to be able to protect the more naive parts of them. So they can have a little bit, maybe a potty mouth in a transition period as well, because they need to learn how to, we can say things, words have a lot of power, and we can say things to someone and it can sting really badly. And we need to learn on what degree, like how harsh we should be, and that we actually don't need to be particularly harsh for our message to come true. And since this person is probably a little bit beginner with that, it might come out as a little bit harsh at times. Here we have the Queen of Wands, 9 of Wands. So I'm seeing this person learning self-respect and to be more bitchy, like on a daily basis, but probably also being able to be warm and gentle on a daily basis. So if they are with nice people that are nice towards them, they will be nice and open-hearted and loving. And if someone tries to sit on them or tries to hurt them in any way, they will be able to tell in a rather adult fashion, a little bit bitchy maybe, but it's better than what it was before, when the person instead became covertly vindictive. So this is actually very healthy. What it says about your relationship is that this person loves you a great deal, but they are working very hard with their own self-respect, and that can put a little bit it can be a little bit difficult for you to have a real harmonious relationship at this point, because this person will be so much about putting up boundaries and identifying when they're not being respected, or when people are crossing their boundaries, and so it's they're easily triggered still, and they might need to get a little bit more used to these different polarities and using them in balanced ways. Justice is about balance, so that they can have more stable and less reactive relationships with other people. But the love for you, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's just that they have a lot of things that they need to work through inside themselves. So see what they would want to say to you. I have a traumatized inner child, and I think we have established that. Something has happened and this child never felt like it was allowed to defend itself, so instead it became vindictive and did things covertly. But right about now, this person has gotten a voice of their own, so they can start to protect their inner child. And they say they want to marry you, and I can believe that this is true. You have both the Star and the Ten of Cups and the Sun and the Hierophant, which is about marriageal traditions, tribe and family and things like this, spiritual growth. But I will never come back. It's this vindictive energy with them, and they might need time to get past this. And maybe they will stay vindictive for the rest of their life and they will never come back. But it's not the true want. It's the Ten of Wands. They are oppressing their natural, what they would do naturally, because they're so scared of their own inner fool. So they have probably made a decision that I will never come back. I needed to learn from my own mistakes. This is what they are doing now. They are learning from their own mistakes and what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad. And sometimes they realize, okay, I didn't do this in the best way, and next time I will do better. But they're also identifying what other people is doing wrong, which they are not going to accept in the future. So they are in the process of learning from these mistakes. I never felt safe loving you, and it might have to do with you, that you made them unsafe in some way. Maybe you judged them hard and said, if you don't change this, I will break up with you. Or maybe you weren't loyal towards them in some way. But the real reason to them not feeling safe loving you was because they didn't have this protection installed. We can see it in two different, like how the divine guides this person to develop these sides inside of them. And they didn't have this protection, so they were really unprotected and felt very unsafe, much like this little hermit crab here. And that made them act suspiciously towards you and always expecting the worst, and maybe not either being overly sharing with themselves or not sharing themselves at all. So a little bit on and off like this. And this is things that needs to be worked on. We need to respect each other, so we don't. We need to be loyal towards people that we're together with, and it goes both ways. And this person needs to learn to make themselves feel safe. That if I don't feel safe, I take a step back without being addicted to the love that you give me. I love myself, so that's enough. Okay, so I will take Romance Angels Oracle card to see where this relationship might be going from here. Soulmate. Yes, we see this with the Star card, the Ten of Cups here, and then I want to marry you, and other cards as well. Your soulmates. Yes, this is your soulmate. And past life relationship. It's possible that you have hurt this person in this life that's now, in the relationship you were in, or in a past life, and that might add to their vindictiveness. So we're not always able to see the impact we have on other people in our life, and we have a hard time remembering what we did to them in a past life. But always know that everything is fair. Everything comes back. What we sow, we will later reap, and this is not something you can do much about, like changing the past, but you can take the challenges with courage and, being the bigger person, and realize, okay, so I probably did this to you at some point or towards someone else, and now I need to feel how it feels when I get it in return. So this is something that this person wants to tell you as well. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. What I'm feeling here is that it's a little bit like a cry for help, that they would want you to kind of fight your way to their walls if if your love is true. It's not always the best thing to do. Of course, we can be very stable and stay there, but it's also important that this person becomes a grown-up and not always being saved by someone, like being Rapunzel in the tower, and someone needs to come from the outside and rescue this person. But I feel that they would want to be rescued by you. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So this is what I'm saying in the beginning of the reading, that this person holds your shadow. So this person might be treating you like this in this relationship, and in another situation, maybe with a coworker, you are acting like this. You're trying to act like they don't matter or you don't care, because you don't want this person to get any power over you. And best way to learn to see your own shadow, it's it's to see what you irritate yourself with other people. Byron Katie has written a lovely book about this. And there's a worksheet from that book that is available on Byron Katie's webpage, and it's a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And it works like this, that you first write everything that's irritating with this person on the first worksheet. And then you turn it around, like you are doing this towards yourself. When are you treating yourself like this? And then you write a third sheet, and you write like you are doing this to someone else. And you will probably be able to identify a relationship where you are acting in the same way. So these are your shadow, and you are showing their shadow. So this is advice for you. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me see that all is always in perfect and divine order. It's what I said. If you might not remember giving the blow to someone else, but you will feel when it comes back, and then you will just say thank you for the information or for the knowledge. Now I know how it feels to get it in return. Help me let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. So I'm seeing kind of great hope for this relationship. You have a lot of childish issues, or this person at least have a lot of childish issues. But if they can get over the threshold and become more adult, I think the issues will almost be swept away. It's like the mist is rising on a sunny day. So it's so little that's required for this to heal. But I can't promise you that they will do what's needed. Only time will tell. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I'm now doing personal and spiritual growth readings for the members to my channel. So for those of you that are more interested in your personal and spiritual growth, it could be a good idea to become a member. I also do personal readings for the full members to my channel. And you can subscribe and then check this out through the join button that will be visible for subscribers. Or you can follow the link in the description box of this video to learn more. So until next time, stay really blessed and take care. Bye-bye.